Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, where we discuss mythology as represented in art pieces from ancient Greece. In today's episode, we will be looking at this kylix, which is a drinking cup. This piece was created around 430 BCE during the classical period. Art in the classical period is known for its idealistic style, showing the ideal forms of beauty, harmony, and proportion. This drinking cup is a good example of red figure pottery, which was popular during the classical and archaic periods. In red figure pottery, figures are outlined in black. However, the background outside the outlined figure is filled in with the black, leaving the figures after being fired the reddish tint of the clay, and the surrounding background is all black. Details are then painted onto the piece rather than carved into it, like in the black figure pottery, which we've discussed in some of my previous videos. Painting the details onto the pottery piece instead of carving them allows for, with red figure pottery, the artist to be more flexible when adding details to the figures and when shading. Essentially, red figure pottery is the opposite process of black figure pottery, where figures are painted in black and fired so that figures are in black and the background is the reddish tint of the natural clay. Now, going back to the topic of today's video, this kylix depicts Persephone, the goddess of spring and vegetation, and Hades, the god of the underworld, lounging on a couch. Persephone is the daughter of Zeus, the god of the sky and the most powerful of all the Greek gods, and Demeter is Persephone's mother, the goddess of the harvest. According to mythology, whenever Persephone appears, plants will thrive and grow. However, when she disappears, plants will wither and die. The story of Persephone and Hades personifies the changing season. One day, as Persephone was walking in a field gathering flowers, Eros decided to play a prank on her. Eros is the mischievous god of love who has magical arrows in which anyone he strikes with them will instantly fall in love with whoever is closest to them. Hades shortly after appeared on a rare trip to the surface, since he typically stays in the underworld where he rules as king, and was shot by one of Eros's arrows and fell madly in love with Persephone. Hades was determined to make Persephone his bride, kidnaps her and brings her to the underworld to live with him. Demeter, noticing the disappearance of her beloved daughter, becomes deeply saddened and stops taking care of the earth, which is her responsibility as a goddess of the harvest. As a result, nothing grew and the ground became cold and infertile, which led to the humans suffering from famine. Zeus decided to take action and not let this continue, and decided he must find Persephone and return her to Demeter. Helios, the Titan god of the sun, witnessed Persephone's abduction and told Zeus what he saw, and Zeus sends Hermes, the messenger of the gods, to the underworld in order to get Persephone back. Hermes meets with Hades and negotiates the release of Persephone, and Hades reluctantly agrees. However, before leaving, Hades convinces Persephone to eat some pomegranate seeds. This, however, was a trick, and for each seed Persephone ate, she was doomed to spend time in the underworld. As a result, she ended up spending 1/3 of the year in the underworld world with Hades, and the other 2/3 of the year on Earth with her mother. This explains the changing of the seasons, since when Persephone was in the underworld, Demeter would be distraught, and winter would come and the harvest would die. But when Persephone was on Earth, Demeter would be happy and harvest would grow. This kylix is currently at view in the British Museum in London. Thanks for tuning into this week's video. Hope to see you again next week.